Hi guys, how are you doing? How are you doing today? Um, I'm welcoming you to this section. So the last session I talked about data science and data analysis, business analytics, and you. So I spoke about my target audience, the young kids, teenagers, high school teenagers, and basically everybody, to be honest. You are wondering, you want to know more about how data works, how data drives insights, how this bunch of numbers is being transformed to make sense, and you can tell a story from numbers. So yes, this particular platform is for you. But before I dive into data science, data analysis, I want to quickly touch base with what a computer is. Yeah, this is because my audience, again, is assumed to be or presumed to be beginners, those that have zero knowledge of how the computer works, those that already have knowledge of how a computer works, and those that are still struggling, asking themselves, when do I start or where do I start from? You don't know where to start from. This would be a nice start for you. This would be a very good beginning step for you. So I want to talk about the computer before I start going into those beautiful things you can do with a computer. So that is why I've come up with this module. So I've put this in 8 modules, and it's going to be module one will be introduction to computers. What is a computer? What makes up a computer? You see computer every day. You use them, you interact with them. Some of us, we know a lot about the computer, but my audience, I'm presuming you want to really know more about the computer, what makes up the computer, how it works, how it functions. Yes, so this is actually your platform. This is where you would want to learn one or two things about the computer. So I'm going to talk about what a computer is. We'll talk about the hardware, we'll talk about the software, and we'll also talk about different types of computers, the desktop, the days of desktop. I know you remember those days, but now you can you can carry a computer everywhere you go, your mobile phone, your gadgets. Yeah, so you can carry your computer everywhere. You take your phone everywhere. Some of us, we even take our phone inside water. We can use our phone inside the water. Yeah, innovation has gotten really, 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 really good. People are working hard to innovate things to actually solve a lot of problems. That's the essence of innovation, right? So we'll look at the types of computers. Then we'll look at basic hardware components. We won't be going really deep in any of these things. Like I said, it's gonna be like a basic knowledge. I want to assume you've been interacting with a computer, so I just want to maybe touch on basic things that I believe you should know before you start talking about data science. So you want to drive a car. You should know the components of a car. You should know the things that makes a car move. Yes. So that is the essence for these 8 modules that I've come up with. So we'll also be looking at operating systems. We'll look at Windows, um, just an overview. Then we look at how to turn on a computer and how to turn it off. I really like this to be practical. I will try my best to make it as practical as it can be, because the best way for you to learn some of these things is to interact with it, where you can actually practicalize and see how it works. It's not just listen to the video. As you are listening, you have your computer, you are practicalizing it. It's, trust me, you learn better, you learn faster. Some of these things, when you practicalize it, it sticks faster. So the activities, and I also want this to also be interactive in a way that I've come up with some activities that you will be um, practicalizing at the end of every of this module. So firstly, in module one, you will be able to identify and label parts of a computer. So I will try and have a platform for you to interact and put your comments, put your like, and share the video. If you find this content useful, you can subscribe because there are more coming your way. I don't know everything, but I know some things, and I want you to also know some things. Some of us, we may not have the luxury of time or to go to some institution to learn, but you may have the luxury of space, like you in your house, in your office, wherever you are in your playground, you can plug into this platform and you can benefit from it. So at the end of this module, you should be having these activities, identify and label the parts of a computer, practice using the mouse. You see the way I'm hovering around. My mouse has both the right button, the left button. Those two things have different functions. It also has a scroll button. They all have different functions. Then you will also be practicalizing how to open and close a program. Then module two will be learning the basic navigation and file management. So you learn how to, so it's going to actually bring you to speed and get you comfortable with the operating system, how to use the desktop, the taskbar, and the start menu. What are these things? You are going to see it, will practicalize it. How to create a file or a folder, how to rename a folder, then how to move file from one folder to another folder. You will also be practicalizing these things. Then how to use File Explorer in Windows. I'm using the Windows, so we're basically going to be dealing on Windows. Then we will also be installing and uninstalling applications. Then some basic troubleshooting and how to update your operating system. So we're going to do these things in module two. So if you are able to comfortably complete module two, you should be comfortable with an operating system. Like, it's not going to be something like magic, like one big thing. I know some of us, when we hear operating system, we just shy away because we think of it like one very big thing. Yes, it's a big thing, but now you are knowing that big thing. So you are now a big thing on your own. So the activities that will follow this module two will be, you'll be creating and organizing your folders. Some of us will have laptops. When we turn it on, we see lots of things are scattered on the desktop. It's not organized. So we'll also learn how to organize our folders. That's one skill that you can have and show on your resume. That's, yes, these are skills you learn. Then we'll also install a simple program like the VLC. Some of us, we use this a lot for our media, videos, and other things. Then how to set a desktop background. We'll also look into those things as well. Then module 3 will be talking on how we're talking about developing your typing skills. How do you type? Accuracy and speed. Before now, I would be looking at my keyboard and type, look at the system, look at my screen. I'll type, I'll look at my screen. But I've been able to develop that skill to a level that I do not look at my keyboard most of the time when I type. It's not magic, it's practice. There are resources that you can leverage online, will build your typing skills. You become a pro. So that is what we'll be looking at on module 3, your home row keys and how to place your fingers, the shortcuts, keyboard shortcuts. Some things you can just combine different keys and you get the output. You carry out the function. So we're going to learn some of these shortcuts as well. And there are resources that I have added here that you can also use on your spare time. If you're able to spare 30 minutes a day, you should be good. At the end of this, I would expect you to carry out some activities. Sorry for that break. So module 3 will be developing the typing accuracy and speed. This course, it's not dependent on your typing accuracy and skill. This is just your personal obligation. If you want, which I recommend, try to develop your typing accuracy and speed. Like, you don't want to type and have one of your finger close to delete key where you always delete things because you're typing things wrongly. Yes, you can develop the skill. Then we'll be looking at module 4, which is understanding how to browse the internet and the use on the safe use of email. So this is what we will be looking at in module 4. So like I said, this is a basic study to give you an average knowledge of how the computer works, how the internet works, and this will actually help you when you start to go deep into programs like data science, data analysis. So that is the essence for this video. And I will be having these modules one after the other. So I will go into module 1. We'll have a video solely for module 1. So I just want you to know that I have 8 modules, basically 7 modules, to be honest, on you and the computer. So module 4, we talk about how to browse the internet, how to use your emails safely as a professional, as an individual. So we'll be looking at the internet and email. What is the internet? How to browse the internet. We'll look at how to use search engines. We'll also look at how to create and use an email address. Then we'll also be looking at sending and receiving emails, how to add attachments to emails before you send it. We'll look at internet safety, some best practices, phishing, how to identify phishing emails. It is not all the emails you receive that you click on. Some, they have links embedded in them. Those are phishing emails. When you click those emails, they have malwares or whatever it's built on it to extract details. Some of them give whoever created that particular link access to your computer. Some they virtually access your computer, a lot of things that has to do with cybersecurity, but we'll just quickly identify some of the key things. Like I said, this would be a basic knowledge, like we're going to touch these things in the basic level, not in an in-depth level. How to the best practices for password. Like we all have accounts. If you are listening to this, it's because you are either on YouTube or you are on Facebook. You have an account, you have an ID, you have a password. So what are some of the best practices to protect your account? So we also look at those things. And at the end of the module 4, you should be ready to carry out these activities. You would search for a topic and bookmark a website. So you go to a browser. Yeah, I just saw an error. I said browse. So yeah, these are some of the things you would also, when you type fast, um, yes, you can decode errors easily. So you search for a topic. That will be an activity. I recommend that you do it. I will not be watching you, but it is for your own good. Search for a topic of interest. Um, if you have that website, then bookmark it on that search on that browser. Then also you will also create and send a professional email. Yes, in this module, I'm going to create an email and I will drop the email. So when you create an email, I want you to create an email address. I want you to send a professional email to that email that I will be creating in this module. Then how to identify suspicious links or spam from phishing. Those are fishy links, links that are set up to extract informations from you, to deceive you to do what you're not supposed to do. Anything that deceives you it represents what it's not representing. Yes, links and spams. So module 5 we'll be looking at how to use word processors, spreadsheets, and presentations. So these are called productivity tools. How to use MS Word or Google Documents, formatting, how to format a document, how to set a table, how to save, and how to print. Then we'll also look at spreadsheets, either Microsoft Excel or Google Sheet, but I will be looking at Microsoft because those are free. You can access those things easily, unlike the Google Documents or Google Spreadsheets, where you may need an account. We will just be looking at the things that are easy for you. So I don't want to complicate things for you. So we'll look at things that are easy for you. Then we'll also look at presentations, like what I am doing currently now. This is presentation. I'm making a presentation for my listeners, for my audience. You may be having a live presentation, maybe in a hall. You have a PowerPoint. So we'll look at how to build a PowerPoint, some common practices. I did my PowerPoints like this, my presentation like this, because I will be talking about some of the errors in it, some of the best practices that are not followed here, so that you can follow them when you know better. So we'll be looking at Microsoft PowerPoint and Google Slides, different designs. So at the end of this module 5, you will be carrying out these activities. You know how to type and format a personal resume. So if you don't have a resume, no problem. You will not have to go and pay somebody to develop a resume for you. I've seen some very funny resumes. I don't have the best, but I keep learning. I keep striving to see very nice resume. I go online, I do research. I see best practices for resume, then I put those things into use. I always remodel my resume. You can do the same thing. Then we will have a spreadsheet. Some of us, we may just have a note where we write, we'll track our expenses, our revenues. You can do this in a spreadsheet, and you can use formulas where you don't have to type one after the other. You can use formulas, simple mathematics. These are embedded in the application already. So it's once you type the numbers, you're seeing the results. It updates itself. It's automation. So we also look at um, the last activity you'll be doing for me will be a presentation. You may not send it to me. You may send it to me if you wish to, but I'd recommend you do this. Have a 5 slide presentation of your personal introduction. Do a personal introduction in a 5 slide. Slide 1, slide 2, slide 3, slide 4, and slide 5. So what will you talk about in these slides? Do a personal presentation slide for me or for yourself. You can practice. You don't know when you'll be having an interview. This will help you. So module 6, we'll talk about safe practices, how to be responsible when you are using technology. So these are like online privacy and techniques. We'll talk about how to create strong password, how not to be a cyber bully. There are lots of cyber bullies. Some of us, we cyber bully people. We don't even know. We'll look at these things and good etiquettes for social media. Then how to keep your devices secure, how to update your softwares and your antivirus if you use antivirus. Then module 7 will be, so module 6, the activities will be, I'm going to put on a resource video, maybe from a YouTube channel that you can watch. So it's going to help you. You learn a lot from it as well. Then I would also like you to update your password using best practices. So you would have learned one or two best practice on creating a password. So the activity will be for you to create or re-update your password following these best practices. Then we'll go to module 7, where all the skills that you've learned from module 1 to module 6, you have to carry it out on module 7. I may not be assessing you, but the biggest task of learning is to do things when nobody's watching you. You motivate yourself. So I've created these activities for you to assess yourself. If you want me to assess you, I'll give you a link, an email where you can actually carry out some of these things and send to me. I'm not perfect. I'll go through it. I will give you my feedback as well. Then, so the activities will be for you to create and send a professional email with attachments, create a personal document like a shopping list. Let's say, or like, yeah, shopping list. They create and print a flyer or an invitation. It doesn't have to be graphic studio job, just an invitation. The message is clear. What's an invitation? What is an invitation supposed to carry? So you are able to itemize those things in an invitation, then print it out. Then I'll create an online form for you to fill. You can submit an application for submit a job application online as well. So this Zoom, I will have a Zoom. So I will have something down. If you want to try Zoom, you can reach out. Otherwise, you can do this on your own as well. So that would be the seventh module, and the eighth module would be reinforcing all the key concepts from module 1 to module 8. It's going to be a review. I've just talked about these things that you've learned already. Try to remind us so as much as I can. Have a video that will remind us all these different concepts. Then have opportunity for you to ask questions and answers. And yes, that will be all. So I have some resources here that you can also leverage on. I hope this will be something you should be able to challenge yourself. You don't need to spend hours on this video. You just have to spend some minutes every day. The video will be there. Don't see it like, don't commonize it. There will always be something for you to learn. So these 8 modules, I will drop videos for each module that will go in depth on every of the topics. Where I need to show my computer carrying out those activities, I will also show it so that it will not be like you're just listening and you get stuck. No, you also have something to look at and just practicalize as well. So, guys, if you find this useful, if you think this is nice, this is a work in progress. I just started this section. Please support this video with your like button. Like this video, share this video to reach a wider range of audience. If you think this is something you would want to follow through with, please subscribe to the video, to my channel. I will see you in the next section. Do have a nice and wonderful time. Thank you for your time.